retired, but I always come to these veterans' days.
And obviously you're a veteran yourself, you have a chest full of medals.
Yeah.
Where are you from, and more importantly, what did you serve in?
I served with the Parachute Regiment and the Artillery Paras. I've been all over the world.
And how many years service from when to when?
Well, I did 5 years with National Service and Thornbury Barracks, and then I joined for 8 years Special Service, and this was TASAS.
So you were the volunteer SES?
Yes.
Not many people know there's a volunteer branch of the SES.
They don't know that the TA have a Special Forces.
So you were a tough guy, really, were you, at one point? If you're not still now.
Well, I won't say I were tough, but I were fit. I was there for my job, you know.
And whereabouts in the world did you serve?
Aden, Swiss, Malaysia, and I nearly went to a place, Kenya. I nearly went there, but my brother went and I stayed in Aden.
And so you obviously got involved in conflicts. There were some hairy moments. What's the hairiest, scariest moment for you during that period?
My worst moment was when we in Bad Fan Mountains in Aden.
What happened?
Well, there were only a group of us, and the Arabs overrun us, and that's the most frightening moment. But fortunately, a signaller got through to the regiment, and we got better support. Because when you get in that situation out there, you're a gunner. They're out to wipe you off the map, and we were advance party, and it's a frightening time when you're on your own.
What do you do when you look back on your military service? Are you proud of what you achieved?
I was proud of it. It turns you into a proper human being. You respect your family more, and that's what you need.
And you've got a chest full of medals here. What are these medals for?
That one's for Suez Canal. That when we call up for National Service, and that's a special award for TAVR.
And you've got your veterans badge, the new one, haven't
Veteran,
you?
yes.
And how would you recommend military life? Would you recommend it these days?
I would recommend it because it teaches these lads to respect their own life. You learn to look after yourself, hygiene, you respect your life, and discipline.
And how do you feel about Veterans Day and this Veterans Month during June, where it's all meant to honour people like you?
Well, I think it's a good thing because they're now learning about it in schools. And when I went round war memorials in the First World War, all these French school children were coming asking us about wars, and you felt proud. Well, that's what you need with these young lads today. Start National Service and they'll be proud to serve their country.
Thank you. And who have we got here? What's your name, sir?
William Brian Jowett.
And tell me about you. Where did you serve and what regiment?
I served in Germany with the King's Own Yorkshire Light Infantry. And we were advance company into Berlin with the tanks. And we guarded Spandau Prison. We did train guards and all kinds of guards when we were there.
So that's the fag end of World War II then?
That's after World War II finished.
So were you there at the liberation of Berlin then?
No, slightly after.
Slightly after.
Yeah.
Because I met a woman in fact who said that her husband had got Hitler's tablecloth in his pocket at the end of World War II from his private.
I didn't get anything like that. But I did guard Spandau Prison on a couple of occasions. With
where Hess was held up?
Rudolf Hess, Admiral Donitz. There was someone else, but I can't remember his
We were all
name.
tried at Nuremberg.
That's right, yeah.
And how many years were you in service?
I was doing national service, just 2 years, and then 3.5 with territorials. So that was a short service, really. But I enjoyed it.
You've enjoyed it, and you've kept your contact up with the Forces Veterans Organisation.
Yeah, we go down to the National Service Memorial every year down in Staffordshire, and that's quite a good day out. Yeah, we enjoy that.
Lovely. Thank you very much for talking to us.
Right, veterans. Ones who've already got the badge, ones who've been given it today by myself, serving personnel, family and friends, people in Moortown. It's a great, great privilege for my wife and I to be up here today with you. These veterans events are hugely important for many, many reasons. One is to be able to personally shake the hand of those who have chosen to serve this country and to say thank you on behalf of the Queen for that. It's also a very good idea, I think, these days, particularly at a time when so many of our members of our armed forces, as you know, are out on very difficult front lines, for them as the serving members of the armed forces to be regarded and to be remembered, and particularly in the light of what you gentlemen did for your country. So I think this combination of old and young together is really important. Because the armed forces no longer are huge. Less than 200,000 today serve in the regular forces. But they come from most of the towns and villages in this country, and it's important that people of this country recognise what it means to volunteer for your country, and if necessary, pay the ultimate sacrifice.
And just tell me, how do you find yourself in Moortown in Leeds today?
Well, because I wanted to come. No, we are. All the services are trying to support the summer's range of veterans parades and activities, and the Navy was asked to do 4, Army 4 and Air Force, and I thought, why not come to Leeds?
And how pleased are you that this year's Veterans Day, or the Veterans Month we're making of it, is bigger and better than ever?
Well, I think it's very pleasing. I think it reflects. I think it reflects a growing understanding that people who have served in the forces, did something a bit special, and I think that's obviously brought into particular relevance, obviously, with the campaigns in Iraq and Afghanistan. Most cities, most towns, know a lad or a lass who's been to war. So I think the whole thing has sort of been very coincident. So it's tremendous.
Are you one of the people that's calling for a bank holiday, a special day over and above what we've already got for veterans?
I think it's a good idea. I have to say I'm not necessarily wedded to sort of an armed forces day, because I think I prefer something to be slightly more sort of spontaneous. I mean, I think events like this, given support by local councils, local radio stations, TV stations, where boys and girls can come with mummies and daddies and meet the older people, I think that's the danger if you go for one day is it only happens on that day. At the moment, we're having them, as you know, every weekend in the summer.
There's been a lot of talk about support for veterans, because we've heard the horror stories of some veterans sliding into homelessness and drugs and unemployment, and finding it very, very difficult to make that transition from military service to Civvy Street. What are the forces doing to ease that transition, to make it easier?
Well, I think, the thing we all do is when people have done their time in the service, we give them, I think, a very professional programme to get them ready to come outside from the services. They get particular leave, they get options to do various courses, they're given a lot of counselling, a lot of packages. And I think the initial transfer quite often goes well. What happens, I think, is sometimes 2 or 3 years downstream, people miss the way of life, don't settle as easily. And by then, of course, the danger is they sort of go off the books. Now, of course, they're supposed to be picked up by the same welfare organisation that looks after all of us in this country. Hasn't always happened. They haven't had the right preference, sometimes with hospitals, dentists and schools and homes. And I think what we're trying to do now is making sure all of the government departments realise they all have a corporate responsibility for people who've served this country. And that's what we're trying to do, is everyone to step up to the plate and do what they should do. We're not asking for anything special, we're asking for every person's individual rights.
Jonathan, tell me about your naval career. When and where did that start, and how long have you served?
I'm an old man now. I'm 50. I joined the Navy age 17, 41 years ago. I've served all over the world. I'm a surface warfare officer, so I've had lots of commands. And I've been the boss now for 2 years of one of the country's great institutions.